Hi, I'm Rio.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
We're from Strawberry Army, and you're watching the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show.
This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, coming to you from Comics, Tunes, and Toys in beautiful Tustin, California, with identical twins Rio and Zoe of the band Strawberry Army. How you guys doing today?
We're doing fantastic.
Makeup looks great today, girls. You did your full-on rock star thing. How long did it take you to get ready?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Just
Really?
put some glitter on our eyes and
Just kind of like gotta go with it. Full send it on your face.
Well, did you already have your foundation and your powder and everything done, and then you came home and threw the glitter on?
we like added on during the day. Like,
Yeah.
Throughout the day.
Yeah, just kind of going with
We
the
mainly
flow.
only wear like eyeshadow and like lips, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some blush,
The look.
sparkles.
Yeah, you guys just got back from San Francisco.
Yeah.
How was that trip?
It was great.
It was
You
fun.
guys travel a lot.
We do travel a lot. It's really fun. We might be going to Tokyo next year with the band, hopefully, God willing.
And I know that you guys just celebrated a birthday, correct?
Yes.
You both turned 17, and you had this rager. I'm sorry, your whole life is on display. You understand that on Instagram, right?
Yes.
We had a wig party.
We had the Rager wig party.
Yeah, where did this yacht come from?
Oh, that was our friend's yacht.
Yeah, that was our friend. That was our friend's yacht. Beautiful yacht. Little after birthday celebration with all the girls and the boys.
Yeah. Were there any parental units there to watch over you?
There was like
one.
one parental unit who united very well.
Have you guys been to a prom yet?
No. I have like 17 hours of detention from not going to school a lot. So I have to clear those if I want to go to prom this year.
You really think that your parents would like ixnay the prom if you didn't get rid of those 17 hours of detention?
Well,
like,
the school wouldn't let us go for
yeah,
clear
it's like,
detention.
yeah.
So
But like we have like the band and like modeling going on, so like I don't know.
It's
And we
least
don't
of
like
our
excuse
worries.
our absences because we have so many. Should really get on that.
I know.
You know, I didn't even have that many when I was a kid, and I was out of control. How did your parents meet?
My mom went to go see my dad's show actually in San Francisco, and she would go like drive down like every weekend from like San Jose, and he was like in this like band where he had like this accent, and he was wearing like a kilt and like a mohawk, and like he had like a British accent, and like she was an artist, so she would draw him like at every show and like little like comic
He
strips. I
basically
guess.
married like his stalker.
And they got married after 2 weeks of knowing each other.
Engaged.
Same difference.
And then they married like a
Anyways.
month later.
And they're still in love, and yesterday was their 21st anniversary, so.
Oh, is your mother a musician also?
No, my
she's
mom's-
not musically
My
inclined.
mom modeled,
Sorry, Mom, love you.
and my dad's the musician,
Yeah,
so
my
we kind of
dad-
got both.
We kind of got, like, collided, like, both of their talents.
You're identical twins. And so, I mean, you guys spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
We're like inseparable,
We're, like, best friends and, like, worst enemies, too. But we love each other.
but also
Really?
hate each other. Yeah.
We
What is-
love each other.
What does being a worst enemy with an identical twin look like?
Well, it's just, like, we know all of each other's, like, weaknesses
Because
we're
we hate
so
it too.
close.
Like something I would hate, she would hate. So like if I wanted to pick on her, I'd do something that I would hate, and it pisses her off.
Yeah, but
I
like
know
it's
exactly
kinda
how
like,
to, like-
It's kind of like genius when so like.
Yeah.
That was really awkward.
What was your childhood like growing up with your dad being a musician? And was that his main source of income?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And also
We were
like,
always on the stage,
yeah,
always
we
like
definitely grew up like on the stage, going to our dad's
going to
and
shows,
stuff,
traveling with
yeah.
him. Yeah. So we never really had like stage fright because we were like up on the stage
Oh,
since
yeah.
we were really little.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like really easy to it just felt right to like start our own band because I don't know. We've been around it our whole lives, so.
What do you think your motivation is for doing music? Because you have all these options.
I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like it's inside of me. I just like want to do music. I want to play it all the time. Like it's just like something I've always wanted to do. I don't think it really started from my dad. It was like, I just always loved singing and stuff. Like it probably helped to grow up in like a musical like household, but like, yeah, I just like have always been like obsessed with it. And like we've been singing like our whole lives, and then like just went for it and stuff. and it happened.
What were your early musical influences?
The Beatles, like Amy Winehouse.
People always ask this. It's such like a huge like range of music from like it's
like
Hole,
literally everything.
Nirvana, like the Beatles, like literally everything.
Yeah, we have a lot
like
of
Motley Crue. Like it's just like such a wide range of like music. It's definitely more inspired by like older stuff, not
like
much
rock and stuff.
more like rock and not very like
Punky
pop.
things, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
At what age were you discovered by the modeling agency Vision LA?
14.
Yeah, we were 14.
We signed with Vision, and that was really cool. But like, it was definitely slow, and it's still slow because like you have to be 18 to do most things. But we've been like really good with them, and they're like finally starting to like push us out and launch us into like that, and we're like trying to get like mother agencies and like Milan and other places and
New York
stuff
and
like
stuff.
New York. Yeah, they've been really good. They're awesome.
Yeah, they want us to do things through them. So like if they have like sister agencies in different states or different countries, then we would do it through Vision instead of just starting fresh and going somewhere else, you know.
How do they watch over you guys and make sure you're not taking advantage of?
We have to send all of like, if people will like reach out to us like on social media, we have to send it to them first. If it's like modeling wise, like we have to send it to them.
Filter through like
because we get some creepy
like weirdos. Like we can't like shoot with everyone. Like in the beginning when we first started modeling, like anyone who would reach out to us or anyone who wanted to do a shoot, like we'd say yes to, because like, but now since we're getting more and more like shoot opportunities, like you really have to filter through and like make sure you channel your look, because if you do something like and it doesn't fit your image, it just like confuses what people are looking for. So that's like something that's been like new, because we're like turning down more and like really filtering for like what we want our look to be.
No pun intended. So Vision LA has a vision for your vision as models.
Yes.
Definitely.
And what is that? Can you define that? Is it the rocker? Do they want you to be the rockers?
Well, so back in the day, like modeling was kind of just like if you have the looks or if you're like a certain height or something, but now there's like so many like different varieties of like models, all shapes and sizes, and like they all like different things. So like now you have to be like, if you want to model, you have to have something cool about yourself. Like
it can't just
like you
be
can
the
be in like a
face, it has to be,
band,
like, what's
or you can be like a
behind the
good
face,
surfer, or
you
you
know?
can like do this, do that. Like you can be like a, you know, like anything, like skateboarder. Like they really like things that like they're different, you know. So
Yeah, they're looking for a niche.
yeah.
Like you guys have to have a niche, and you definitely do. I mean, you're twins. I worked at a modeling agency, and back in the day, that would get you a lot of work. So far, what have been your favorite modeling shoots or ad campaigns that you've done?
I did some stuff with Yeezy, which was really cool.
I really liked, there's one with like Pat McGrath, which is a really fun makeup line that we really loved.
Wow,
That
really?
was
You worked with Pat McGrath?
Yeah.
And she did your makeup?
She was she there?
It was like a whole team and like working on their new line. I think it's out now, but like it was a really cool because we kind of get all the behind the scenes before things come out. Like same thing with the Yeezys. It was just like it was like really cool to see that. So
That's pretty epic. Have you guys seen the final draft?
For some, like those ones, we didn't really get to see them because it was like just for like, it was like exclusive like for like the companies, but there's
and
been other
sometimes
ones.
it's like them trying out what they might want to go in a certain direction. So like some of them like don't always come out as products, but like they're like, oh, let's try this and this and this and like see what we can create to like launch out there. So it's just like, I don't know. It's cool to see like the behind the scenes experience though.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
Where do your parents draw the line? Like, look, we don't want our girls doing this.
They've never really turned down something. If our
Yeah.
agency wants us to do it,
and if
then
our agency
my mom will be
approves it,
supportive and be like,
especially, like
she'll drive us out there and
Yeah.
everything. So
yeah, if my agency approves it, like my mom's like fine with it because she knows that they really filter through like all the creeps.
Yeah.
So like
they wouldn't
it's like
give us a sketchy shoot. So my mom always like is down to take us.
How would you guys define your relationship as identical twins?
Best friends.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a pickle in it because there's a kind of a weird like ew. Like I kind of hate you, but I love you.
That was a really weird way to describe it, but I kind of understand it.
Right.
That's a good one.
Like it's kind of just like we're like best friends, but like it's just like a little like
We just fight a lot about really
and we're both
stupid
really
things.
weird, so it's just like Yeah, we're really weird.
In school, were you guys ever bullied?
Well, we kind of both got bullied together because
Oh.
like we had scoliosis, so we had these like giant big pink back braces
In
from
middle
like
school.
all of
Yeah.
middle school, like almost like beginning of high school. We still had to sleep in like back braces, and like we had like the headgear and like everything, and like it was like really.
That was a really rough patch
It was
for
really
us.
like. Yeah, it was a really rough patch for us.
And people at
it really showed us who our real friends are. Because, like, those real friends who stuck through, it's just like, you know.
What age were you guys when that began and when it ended?
11 to 15,
no, it's like 11
probably.
through like 14.
15 for me.
So it's weird because her skeletal like system is like 7 months ahead in development. So that's why her teeth were like better than mine, and then her back was worse than mine. So like I had braces longer, and then my back fixed before hers because I don't know. It was like mine wasn't as bad.
Slight flex, whatever.
Yeah. So I ended like a year early, and she still had to do it.
How did you guys deal with that?
It was like hard because like that was just such an awkward age, like middle school
For anyone,
already.
it was like really hard.
And then like we just had each other, and that really showed us that like we have each other through this. And like honestly, it was really humbling too, because like to go through that at like such a difficult, awkward time in life, and we have each other, just really showed we're always here for each other. It can happen to anyone. Honestly, I'm glad it happened because it just showed me that things could be so much worse.
So you guys have been changed forever by that experience. And this is something that a lot of people bring up with Instagram and Facebook and social media. Looking at the outside, nobody would ever think that. They would think, oh my gosh, these girls' lives are perfect. But you guys actually went through the fire and became stronger from it.
Yeah. It was like still recent, but it was like so long ago at the same time. So I'm not really. We've moved past it, and like I really don't think about it a lot anymore. But when I think about, wow, that did happen, it's like, whoa, like we came a long way from that.
Yeah.
So it's cool to kind of see us like grow and mature through that and become stronger.
I honestly also got bullied when I started this band, like my sophomore year. It was before she was in it, and like we were little cheerleaders, and I was like, I don't want to do stupid cheer. Like I want to like make music, and everyone was like, oh my god, that's so weird. And I was like, I want to do it, and Ria was like, no.
Yeah, I remember being so embarrassed. I was like,
and like
don't do it.
I had
Don't
this
start
I had
band.
this like guitarist, and like she didn't really know how to play guitar, but she was like a sweetheart, and like we were starting out, and like we were like wrote a song and like recorded in my bathroom and put it on SoundCloud, and like people would like tease us and like make fun of us at school, and I was just there, and like Ria was so embarrassed of me, and I was just like, and I wouldn't like go to parties. I would just like stay home and like write music, and just like for like a whole year. And then Rio joined the band, and like we actually recorded. I got like a new guitarist, and like filtered through other musicians to try to find like someone who can like capture the sound I'm looking for. And it was just like yeah, it was like also really hard for that. But now like we're here, and everyone's like, wow, that's so sick, and I'm just like, told you it's gonna work out one day.
Well, I mean, I think there's like a lot. I mean, this word's overused nowadays, but I mean, there are haters because they know, oh my gosh, those girls are gonna make it, so stop them.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, people are haters gonna hate.
Makeup must-haves, and name them. What foundation do you guys swear by?
Okay, so we don't use foundation because we feel like it makes us look really cakey. My mom's always like, show your skin while you have it, like while it's nice.
If I use anything, it'll be like a primer.
Or
so
like
it just smooths it out, or like a tinted
BB
primer,
cream.
like BB cream. So it's like really light and thin versus like a full coverage. Like I just like to breathe, especially on stage. Like if you have a full face of foundation on, it's like easy to break out.
And it looks like you're like melting, like your face is like all like sweating.
And like
off.
if you smile, you get the lines like.
You kind of have that right now.
You do
low-key.
too. With
Sorry, we were laughing too hard. Okay.
What BB cream?
I think it's literally just called BB cream.
I think it's literally from like
It's
Rite
from
Aid.
like Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Like drugstore makeup is literally like I swear by it because like it's so easy to replace, especially if you're like really clumsy and break everything like me.
Me too.
Powder.
That's like harmonized.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Harmonized.
Harmonized. Honestly, yeah, like drugstore.
I don't really wear powder, but I probably should because I probably look like a greasy fish every time I leave the stage. But if I use anything, I'll use like a translucent powder so it's clear, so it doesn't look like orange powder. That's like the worst look.
Lip liner, not lip liner, liquid lipstick, lip gloss. What do you guys prefer?
Definitely glosses and lipsticks.
I really love like bright colored lipsticks.
It's
I don't really go
fun.
for like purples because like I think lighter colors and like a red or like pinks like look better.
Especially with our like
versus, like-
bleached hair, I feel like it washes out
Yeah,
when we're like
if
dark.
you were like dark lipstick,
like
it just
emo,
we
it's
just
kinda
look
scary.
scary. It's just like whoa.
But I like the pinks, the reds, the
And
light
then-
tones, the
Then I'll
fun.
just wear like lip gloss on a normal day. I honestly don't really wear makeup on normal days except like blush. I love blush.
It's not like you really have to wear makeup, right? Okay. So, and then tell me what companies though, what do you swear by as far as these lip glosses and lipsticks go?
Glossier or
Pat
Glossier.
McGrath.
Pat McGrath, definitely. Urban Decay. Don't you like what's it called? Like Tarte or something?
Tarte? Tarte. I don't know. Is it Tarte?
I don't know.
That'd be
what
really
Cookie calls
embarrassing if
it.
I've been calling it Tarte this whole time.
That's awkward.
What about the Jeffree Star stuff? What do you think of that?
I love watching his videos. Just 'cause
I
it's
do.
hilarious.
I honestly like rather spend my money on like sushi than like a really expensive highlighter palette.
Because honestly, it's all the same. Like you're paying for like the name versus like the product.
But I do swear by Glossier because like it's just like so simple. Like it's like the makeupless like makeup look kind of. It's like they have like really natural lipsticks and stuff. Like one coat looks natural. The more you apply, it gets darker, and then like the blush and like it's all just so like natural and simple. I love it.
Do you guys have a skincare regime that you do every day?
we use what's it called?
Clearasil.
Clearasil, like face wash and
And then like
and CeraVe.
that's it. Just like
Yeah.
wash our face, I guess. We don't really have like first and then and like
We usually just like wash our face and moisturize.
yeah. Definitely moisturize.
Get really dry when we don't do that.
How would you describe your fashion sense?
vintage everything.
Vintage. We rarely shop at like places where other people can get in.
Yeah, I really like the hunt for like vintage stuff. It's just like, and I also like, I know this kind of sounds rude, but like when people say, "Oh my God, where did you get that?" I love being able to say like, "Oh, like I thrifted it," so then like no one else can get it because I don't know, like Brandy Melville and like Urban Outfitters and like all those stores that are all really in and stuff. It's just like, it's so cute. Like don't get me wrong, but I just don't like having the same things as people. I like being like different and like my own thing. Like we're definitely the same on that.
What are your hopes and dreams for Strawberry Army girls?
I just really want to get my message out there and my like everything like I love doing. I love playing music, I love singing, I love writing. And it's just really really cool feeling when people know your songs or like they know of you and like you get like your message out and it's like it's cool.
Yeah. The way I think about it, this sounds really stupid, but like my mom always says like you have to like your mind is like a cup and like life like throws you all these opportunities and like it'll fill up, but if you don't have enough like a big enough cup, it'll overflow and you'll lose it all. So like just have a big cup that you can fill like endlessly to the top and like just have this goal in your head and you can go for it. I don't know, that's just I don't know, my cup is big and endless and I want to go all the way or however far God wants me to, part of the plan. Just want to get my message out there and make music that people like.
Rio, when did you pick up bass?
So my dad, he makes basses as a little hobby. He's really good at it.
Is that one of his custom basses that you play?
Yes, and he's also like a professional bass player, like when he's not doing his Mick Jagger's tribute stuff. So I feel like I kind of just got that from him. So I started playing stand-up bass in 6th grade.
Wow.
And like I was like trained on stand-up, and then like I got into high school and I didn't want to play stand-up anymore, so I joined like the jazz band, but I had to like learn how to play electric. So I was like, Dad, can you make me a bass? And then the first day of 9th grade, I just picked it up, and it was kind of hard to learn. It's way easier for me to play stand-up bass, which people are surprised, but it just comes easier to me because I learned it first. But yeah, I've been playing that for like 3 years, so. And I taught myself how to do that, so.
Yeah, you're exceptional. You really are. Because I'm a bass player. Well, I was a bass player in my punk band. And yeah, you're exceptional.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are very gifted. Your tone, you really got your tone together. And is that something you worked on? Did you work on your tone? You didn't just buy some box that gave you a tone.
No. I just play, and people are like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "What? Like, what? What's wrong?" People are like, "Oh yeah, your hands look like they're gonna break when you're playing the bass because they're like so tiny and like fragile."
Besides your father, who kind of influenced your bass playing style? I mean, from starting off playing fretless stand-up to electric, who kind of influenced you?
My fingerings and everything is like really weird because like I was trained on the stand-up. Like that really helped me, like playing jazz music and like walking and like improvising and stuff is something I like doing. But I feel like that's kind of helped me, but I don't really have a specific like person that I'm influenced by.
Hey, and you can play guitar too.
Yeah, I also started playing bass like when she did, but I didn't try out in 8th grade. So yeah, that ship sailed for me. But then I started out the band playing bass, and I was like singing and then playing bass. But then like before she was in it, and then like I needed her help, and I was like, "You're way better at this. Like you're in jazz band." But yeah, I also play mediocre guitar. I wish I was better, but I just like don't practice like at all. My boyfriend thinks I'm good, so.
How would you describe the Strawberry Army sound to somebody who's never heard it before?
Like alternative surf punk,
I guess.
Some people say like indie.
There's been like various people that have been like, "Oh, it sounds like this, but if you do something like this, like if you go in a poppier direction, you'll like get more fans, or you'll get more like people that will notice you and stuff." And like people have like told us to like change.
I don't really care if people like it better. I just want to make what I want to make. We don't really care what people think. Lots of people do care like what they're putting out there. I just really like putting what's in my heart and what I want to portray myself as an artist out there, which is like kind of rare these days.
You book your own shows, you write your own music, you play your own instruments. You come from a musical family, so your father is like dialed you in on what's going on. And I mean, who does that at your age?
Honestly, not like anyone. So it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it is hard to kind of like,
because everyone's talking about like college and stuff and where they're gonna go and like what they're gonna do.
We're not going right away because we're gonna travel the world for modeling and music and like see where that takes us. I love my friends, but they're all just like, "Oh, this party tonight," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have a show. Like I'm doing this. I'm recording. Like I'm practicing. Like I'm writing music. And everyone else has like, "Oh, so and so said this and that," and it's just like kind of a different high school experience almost.
Yeah, we haven't really been able to experience like the full like normal high school like
because we're like gone a lot for modeling, but
I
honestly wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I love it. I wouldn't change and go back. And
so blessed to have this happening and these opportunities in the place we live, and like how young we started, and just like how we already like figured out like the sound that we want to go in, and we already have like albums out and stuff. It's just like I'm really glad that we have like the support group, and like our friends are also a good support group, even though they don't really get it sometimes. But like, yeah, it's great. We're just really lucky.
Zoe, are you influenced by any rock stars vocally?
Definitely a little, no doubt, like Gwen Stefani, and people say Blondie like Deborah Harry. I used to like take vocal lessons when I was little because I've always had this super low like raspy voice, and like I couldn't sing like other kids my age. And I would take vocal lessons from like this lady, and she like would tell my mom like, "Oh, your daughter can't sing. Like if she ever wants to sing, she has to get her tonsils removed. She needs like serious help if she ever wants to take this professionally." We never went back, and now I'm like lead singer of a band. So like honestly, yeah, you just have to go for it. I don't know. I definitely have a different sound than everyone else, which honestly I always hated, but I guess it's working to my advantage. People are always like, "Oh, I love your like raspy voice." I'm just like, ew, I would do anything for like a little like cute like mouse voice.
No, but I think that's what makes you unique and sets you apart from all the other female vocalists that are part of the scene. You don't have this high voice. You have like this real mature sounding voice. Where do you want to see Strawberry Army in 5 years?
World tour, dream big.
Yeah, right now
let's play the frickin' Forum. I want to go all the way for sure.
Right now our biggest like fan base or whatever is in Brazil.
I definitely want to go to Brazil and see.
But I definitely want to get more like worldwide.
Yeah,
it's not just one country. For some reason, we have like thousands of like Brazilian fans, and we're grateful. E te amo.
Yeah. We have like all the right materials to do it, and like the right timing. We just have to like keep working hard and see where it takes us.
Now that you're 17, do you have an increased sense of control over your lives?
Being 1 week into 17, I definitely feel No, not at all. I feel the exact same.
I mean, I definitely feel more mature than I was at the start of this band, but we still don't drive because we're really like procrastinating, and
did you say that wrong?
Procrastinating. Anyways, she clearly hasn't matured, but I have. Many levels.
You have Uber and Lyft, so you don't really have to worry.
We Uber everywhere. That's our next song.
No, our friends honestly drive us everywhere, which might get annoying, but we love them for it.
Now that you're kind of like these indie rock stars, how do you know who your real friends are?
They've just been there the whole time. Like, there are some people that like weren't that nice to us, and then they come back like, oh my gosh, like, hi, like, I love you, like, I missed you.
Especially,
and you're like,
it was
wait
really
a second.
interesting to see, like, when we had scoliosis, all the people that were like, oh my god, like,
and even the people,
and now they're all like, oh my god.
Yeah, and even the people like kind of like teasing us or giving us crap for like starting the band in the first place are now like, oh, it's so sick, like, I loved like the show
like
and
you?
everything. No, so well, yes, but
it's okay.
So you just called me out. It wasn't like that, okay? I wasn't like.
I felt like that.
I was just embarrassed. Okay, never mind. I'm a hypocrite. I'm not even gonna say it. It's fine.
You said a hypocrite.
How committed are you to the other members of Strawberry Army?
Very committed. They are awesome. They've
been like our 5th or 6th drummer and guitarist.
Yeah, because like no one can really channel the sound we want, and we're kind of picky.
But they're really good.
They are really good, and they become like our family. Like, I love them.
I can't imagine having any other drummer and guitarist.
And they're so funny. They're the coolest guys.
Who would you say a Strawberry Army fan is?
My dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Literally to every show.
My grandpa for sure.
He got like a custom, like, we have like merch out, and like he like ordered like a custom shirt like on the website, and he got like this like long sleeve like baseball tee, like this like neon orange and white shirt, and he wears it like everywhere, to like church, to like
he's not wearing it
the
right
store.
now.
I know. Why isn't he wearing it?
Is he wearing it right now?
Probably.
My
It sounds
dad is really
dorky,
proud
but
of
like
us.
I love, like, my dad's such a role model, such
my
an
mom,
inspiration. Like, he's taught me like so many things, and like it's really nice to see him like support us and love it as much as we love doing it.
My mom, she's like our momager. Like, she really helps a lot too, because like she's freaked out. She's like, you girls are minors, and we're like, yeah, we know.
What did your mom teach you about beauty?
The less makeup, the better. I went through like a really heavy makeup phase, and she helped me get out of that.
Donald Trump powder phase.
I literally had an orange face every day
and
at school.
no mascara, and like an orange face, and like just caked. And she was like,
I was still figuring it out.
and she was with like her little cheer uniform, and her like whole body would be white, and she would look like a carrot, and everyone was like,
so this
and everyone's like,
this isn't Attack Rio days though.
It was cute.
Did she teach you about the beauty inside?
Definitely yes. She always says, make sure your heart is golden, because beauty fades on the outside. Her and my grandma, they really were like, well, my grandma was a huge role model in my life. She just taught us, make sure you're good on the inside, kind, like, can shine from the outside.
So what are you trying to communicate to your audience?
Just music that people can relate to. Because
I was gonna say that, and you totally just like
because I
took it out
wanted
of
to
my
say it
mouth,
because you've been saying everything.
But like, you stole it from my head. That wasn't cool.
Boop. But yeah, it's just really cool, like, having people like relate to music, because I know for me and for like most people, like, the best music is songs that like people can listen to and be like, that's what I'm going through. I can relate to that. We were trying to like create music that we can relate to and have other people relate to.
And on a different side to that people can have fun too. Like, I don't think anyone can relate to like Melancholy Burger. You know, I just want people to have fun and like enjoy the music and like relate to it and like connect to it on like some weird way, or like make memories to it. All of the songs that I wrote and all their titles have something like very like special to me. Orange Box is about my guitarist like Wi-Fi password, like my old guitarist. Melancholy Burger was like my first boyfriend, and like we broke up, and like, cause like, I don't know, it was
Did
just
you guys
like
get in and out right after you guys broke up, and like you
or
were crying on
something,
your
and like it was
burger
just
or
like
something?
sad, and like, I don't know, they're all just like a quirky way of my like me expressing myself.
Orange Box 559.
It was literally a Wi-Fi password. Orange Box 559. When is this going to go away? My teeth are starting to decay. Sorry
Sorry, my dear, for the delay. I'm not having it today. Orange box 559. Orange box 559.
Girls, which of these rules did your parents teach you, and how well do you follow them? And I'm going to start off with pick up after yourselves.
Oh gosh,
Still struggle with
we
that
are the
one.
messiest people. We're complete slobs.
Yeah.
And we just throw things everywhere. We can walk through them and leave a tornado behind us.
But sometimes
when we're
we
in a
love to clean. Like we're obsessed with it. Honestly, we clean. We're in like a cleaning mood like once every like week.
Month.
So month. Honestly, we're
sometimes
it's not like disgustingly like disgusting, but like I don't know.
My mom's always like
She's like pick up that
bugging
shoe.
us for that.
And we're like, oh.
Because as soon as we walk in, the first thing we want to do is rip off our shoes and go lay on the couch. And
Especially shoes like this.
Yeah, we're always wearing crazy shoes.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
We leave our makeup out. We leave.
It's okay.
So if we live together by ourselves, like a year from now, like when we like
Hoarders
move
Buried
out,
Alive.
we'll literally be on like
Just
a
kidding.
hoarders show. Like
Just kidding.
I'm not even kidding.
No, we're gonna be fine.
We're fine. We don't hoard stuff. We're just slobs.
Make amends when you hurt someone's feelings.
Like with everyone else, but with us too.
with us, we're like, no, I'm not apologizing.
Like we're nice
until you
to everyone else, but like for us, we're really petty.
Yeah, because like it's kind of like a twin thing. Like also again, like going back to the mess thing, like even though we share all the clothes, like we're like, I'm not putting that away because you wore it last. Like no, you wore it last, and then we
It's like, I
leave it
haven't
for
worn
so
that
long,
in,
we
like-
forget who wore it, and then it just becomes like a fight. But then we eventually just do it.
Did your parents teach you tell the truth? Do you follow that?
Definitely, especially like I don't really hide anything from my parents at all. Like I'm really like open and honest with them because we're like really close. I don't really lie like a lot. That wasn't a lie. See, I said a lot. Sometimes you just have to like.
Sometimes I
did you
white
like
lie
eat
about
that
like
cookie? Like no, I swear I never saw it.
Or when you said it was your chocolate, but it was definitely the family chocolate that you just ate and said you bought it, no, you said okay. She was eating a whole chocolate bar, and I definitely saw it in the cupboard earlier, so I thought it was like up for grabs. So I was like, "Can I have a piece of that?" And she's like,
"No,
my boyfriend got it for me from like Switzerland or something." I was like, "When did
it said Switzerland?"
And I was like, "When did Carter go into Switzerland?" You're like 2 weeks ago. And
no,
she was
I
like,
said you got it from.
So then I texted
No, now
Carter.
you are lying. Now you
Then
are
I
lying
texted
and
Carter.
breaking this rule.
No. Then I texted Carter and I was like, "Did you go to Switzerland and get some chocolate?" And he was like, "No, why?" And so I got so mad because I
just don't want to
exposed
share.
her.
Like, I just want it for myself. Okay, like I deserve
But,
chocolate
like,
sometimes.
I'll like white lie about like ditching school or like skipping a
she's
class.
kind of like bad like that. She's like,
Just bad
she's
like
not
that.
close with the parents.
Yes, I am.
I'm way closer with the parents.
Okay, you guys are going to have to take that up with yourselves. You knock on closed doors before entering.
No.
No, Catalina. No.
We always barge in because we're
Well, we
so like
share a room,
because
actually.
we're always
We just
like
walk
together.
everywhere.
So like
So it doesn't really matter. We're always just like,
they'll have yeah.
yeah.
What do you love most about your parents?
That they're still in love and that they still have so much love to give to us, even though like it can be difficult with 4 daughters, and they like still are so like understanding and patient with us, and like they're still in love. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know, for like 21 whole years of like basically like getting engaged to strangers, like and raising this family through struggles and through great times. They're just still kids in their hearts. I just want that one day.
What I love is that like I can just relate to both of them so much because like I get all of like my music like talents and stuff from my dad, and like he's such like a role model for me, and he's so inspiring and like encouraging and supportive, and I love to like have that like supportive person in my life because not everyone has that. Like some people want to be musicians and some people want to start bands, and like their parents are like, no, you're going to be a lawyer like me, or like you're going to do this, or like they're not supportive. So it's like really, really comforting to have like a dad, like a father figure that will just like be so supportive with all of that. And also like modeling, my mom totally understands that. She's helped us with that a lot, and like she knows like everything about it because like she like grew up doing it too. So it's just cool to like have such supportive
it's really
parents.
awesome to have like the support team from like my whole family.
So what did your father teach you about the music business?
Definitely that there's like a lot of creeps out there, and like that it is like still a man's industry, and that like we need to change that. Like my mom says that too. Like it's just like so like oh you're like a girl and like a band, like we're like the girls of the scene, which is like which is cool that like we're doing it, but it's always so fun to like play with other girl musicians, especially like even in the modeling industry, it's the same. Lots of like guys in the industry are creeps, you know. It's just like promoters and people reaching out to us to do shows. It's just so male dominated. One time we played this show in Santa Ana, and this guy came up to me. He was like, "Oh, you guys are pretty good. I mean, for like a bunch of girls."
Yeah.
And I literally just looked at him and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. And there was
what?
There was another time where I think it was like the sound guy, and like we finished playing, he's like, "Oh, you guys were actually like good. Like I thought you guys were just gonna stand up there and look pretty or something." And I was literally just like, I didn't know if I should like thank him or like punch him or like cry or like I don't know. I was just confused.
Like, there's obviously been girl bands for a while, but they're still rare, especially like in this scene. They're more female fronted bands that are really pursuing it and really like, getting out there and like going not even up against all the guy bands, but just like being up there with them. Yeah. It's like a badass thing. Yeah, we're doing this too. Like that show, we're like headlining it and like showing other girls that they can do it too.
It used to just be all guys, and like that's cool, but it's just really cool to start seeing like more women do it.
Definitely.
Because I feel like it's always been like a guy thing.
You gave me the confidence to like start singing or like start doing this or like start like trying to record my music or like go like write songs, and I'm just like that. I'm so happy. Like for me, I didn't really have anyone to look up to do that, like, because I was by myself, like, even without Rio, and, like, I didn't know how to do it, and my dad, like, had this whole, like, his own way to think of it, like, back in the day, how things worked, and I just, like, really had to figure it out by myself, and just, like, really, like, look up to, like, older, like, LA, like, girl bands that are, like, probably, like, 25, like, 30, but, like, I was just starting it all alone in like a different genre, and it was just like hard at first, but I'm so glad that I stuck with it and I pursued it, and like I just kept like pushing through. I wanted to like do something and show girls that they could do it too, because it was just like it was really hard starting out.
Favorite rock star fashion trends from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s?
I love fishnets. I love everything like 60s outfits, like 60s housewives, like dresses and like little vintage pieces that we can find. I definitely love like the hairstyles, like the beehives and like the bumps and like the high ponies and like teased hair.
Boots, for sure.
Go-go boots, yeah, definitely. All the like little go-go girl like stuff, like outfits and stuff, like mesh, and it's cool to just like experiment with like all like different kinds of clothes and like mix and match and like kind of create your own like kind of fashion sense through like all the eras.
Go-go boots for sure, like for 60s stuff, like bright like neon colors, and like tights were really in. I'm just like really influenced by that, and like all the like big like floral prints and stuff. Definitely the 60s and 70s. Honestly, 70s were great, but that's just more what I wear on like a normal day versus like shows, like just like wide leg like vintage pants and like I don't know, tube tops and just like blue eyeshadows and stuff. In the 80s, like definitely the hair was very out there, but 80s is really cool too with the fishnets and like all the sparkles. I love that. And then definitely 90s is what I also wear like on a normal day, like Dickies, like baggy pants, just like more of like what I would wear to go skate or go like hang out, you know.
I feel like our outfits are influenced by like a little bit of every era.
Definitely a little 2000s too.
What was it like to have iconic DJ Rodney Bingenheimer play your song Clementine on his Sirius XM radio show Underground Garage?
The first time we heard it on the radio, and we had all of our friends listen, because we're like, we might get played tonight, like we probably won't, but like just listen just in case. And like all of our friends were sending us videos and like calling us, and like it was like
epic.
We're literally being played on the radio right now.
It was
like
such a great feeling.
So excited.
Like, we also ended up playing Eight-Legged Woman, and
he played a lot of our songs, like Wasabi Leg. Like
Wasabi Leg.
He's played like a bunch.
He's played a bunch, and it's like at first I didn't really get it, but like my dad like told me stories, because like he was like in that era too, and like for all of that, like he was like, this is like incredible, this is such a big deal, like he made so many stars. And like I know that like industry has changed because no one really listens to the radio anymore because you can stream, but like he was like, back in the day, if Ronnie played you would make it, because that was like the biggest channel. Like everyone listened to the radio. Like that's how people like discovered people. So it was like really like an honorary experience to like be able to meet him and be able to be played on this show.
We went to like his birthday party at
cool.
Cantor's. And he had his like little special booth, and it was cool. We saw like Frank Infante from Blondie and like all these like cool like stars that like we've all looked up to, and like you know, and like seeing them in person when they're all like old and like it was cool. It was like wow, like all these like legends like are like in our present, and like now we're the ones rising up, and it was just cool. It was really it was a really cool experience.
What inspired the cover art for your 2018 EP Citrus Grove?
I actually designed it. I just like made a collage like of a bunch of different pictures online. Citrus Grove, I like chose that name because like of Clementine.
Clementine was our single, so the citrus thing is kind of like a clementine for the name, and then the cover art, she found like a little orange field, and then grove. Found a little orange grove, citrus grove, and then a little person in the name. Front.
Honestly, if I would have released that now, I probably would not have named it Citrus Grove, but it's just a part of it.
What is the symbolism of the girl with the gun?
The barrel, I added a little daisy, which means like peace.
Coming out of the...
I guess, like coming out of the barrel. So it was honestly around like a lot of the shootings last year, like the school shootings, and it was like, it really like impacted me because I like wrote those songs like around that time. And so like I found this picture of like the girl with the gun like on a totally different thing, and I was like, I can really make this like also a thing of peace. Like I don't know, I just like kind of
there was
used
like
it
a little flower
way.
coming out of like the gun, and like
because in the 70s at protests like people would like put like empty guns in the barrel like for protests and like end the war and stuff. So it was just like, I don't know, that really impacted me because it was like such a tragic thing and like that was going on in like our world and our society that I just wanted to like make a statement.
The songs off your 2018 EP Citrus Grove, the inspiration for the lyrics, and we're going to start off with Clementine.
That was a love song, kind of.
It was kind of a love song, but it was kind of like
mad, like you're not really getting all the answers and you're kind of just like, is this working out, or is there something you need to tell me?
It's kind of just a state of confusion, but like I don't know what I want, but I know that I like want you like with me. Like I don't know, that was just me figuring out boys. For sure.
Live Strict.
That song is definitely about kissing, for sure, but it's like almost under a trance, like just
kind of like the girl is kiss. Like the girl in it is like, supposed to be very like powerful, and the guy's
like
kind
she
of
has a poison kiss.
He has like she has him like
it's basically like girl power, like girls in charge, like,
and the guy's kind of like a little puppy dog following her around.
Yeah.
Callback
was actually about this really boyfriend I had where like I was so sick of it, and like he was just treating me different and treating me like bad and not giving me time, but I was just like still waiting for a callback, still waiting for the attention.
Like you were over it, but
like I don't like you, but like please just like love me and make everything better, but like obviously didn't work out.
Leather Shoes.
This one is about like this guy, like the first guy I ever liked, and he had these leather shoes, and like it was about heartbreak because he definitely played me. I was just like a little freshman and like I had no idea what I was doing, and like yeah, I just like, I don't know. That one was about getting heartbroken for the first time.
Do you know an 8-legged woman?
This one is
this one's a good one.
Also a badass like story, like a badass woman. I'm like a poet, so I like write stories in my head, I guess. And so like this one's about like this guy cheated on her with this girl, and she like found out and like basically is like, okay, like you're done, like poison venom of a spider, like she is the spider, she's gonna get you, better be scared.
Okay. So what inspired the lyrics to the songs off your 2019 EP Red? You already talked about Orange Box 559.
Yeah,
so
first guitarist Wi-Fi password, and we were like, what's the Wi-Fi? And this was like before we like had any songs. This was before I was in the band, but I've heard the story so many times.
She just said Orange Box 559, and I was like playing like something on the bass, and she said it, and I was like, Orange Box 559, and then we just started jamming it, and then we were like, okay, let's make it a song.
Nice, I love it. That's a good one. Wasabi Leg.
So another funny story. I spilled wasabi on my leg, and I just wrote in my notes, and then that's...
Did you spill wasabi, like, on your notes, too? And you're like, what should I call this one?
No, it looked like a green, like, bird turd on my leg, and it was all
Ew.
wasabi. It was
Ew,
terrible,
Zoe.
and I had to go on a date after that. It was really bad.
Ew, why didn't you just change your pants?
Because they were so cute. I could not take them off. Like, literally.
Oh, there's a green bird turd on them.
Okay, well, it was the wasabi leg, and a song was born from it.
Melancholy Burger.
That one is about, I've had a lot of, like, guys.
I'll tell this story.
Yeah, you can tell it's about Jagger.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically they broke up and then they went to In-N-Out Burger for some reason. Like, why would you break up with someone and then go get food?
We were hungry and sad.
So I guess she was like crying. Like, I've heard this story so many times and it's like really hilarious to me because like it meant so much back then, but like now we look back at it and it's like but like anyways, like I guess she was like crying while she was eating her burger and it's like, melancholy burger, why are you so sad? You're like singing to your burger, but like also like the burger was you in a way, but like
No, but it was also him.
it was like
Because,
the
like,
burger, her, and
This is also
him.
kind of about him because, like, I don't know. It's kind of, this part's kind of deep. Like, the don't call me your dad. It was like, he was also, like, that's why we broke up because he was having, like, dad issues, which is really sad. But, like, he gave me consent
Daddy
for that
issues.
lyric. And now we're, like, really good friends.
Little Black Kitty.
Little Black Kitty. I like writing songs. Like, everything is, like, always a love song or this and that. Like, which is good for, like, music. But I always also want, like, something different. Like, not everything has to be about a boy or, like,
yeah.
like drugs or like money or whatever. It's just like
And the cool thing about like
just,
Little
like-
Black Kitty is that like you can interpret it in
can
like
mean
a
a bunch
way.
of different things.
Like
'cause
it
I'm
can
a
be
poet
about
and
like
a
someone
theorist.
else, or it can actually be about a cat, or it can just be like whatever you want it to be.
I
'Cause
just
it's
like,
not like
I don't know. I really like the imagery and like
Yeah.
the things I write.
and it's
'cause,
not
you can
like
just
too
imagine it.
like
I don't know.
specific where like it actually, you know what I mean, so you can interpret it how you want to.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone kind of like experiences it differently.
Because we're like quirky, like
This is your speed round, girls, and I want you to, yes. So you need to think quickly, on your toes. Were there any parental precepts you rebelled against as children?
We're never sports people. We'd always try to like be forced into like tennis and soccer and sports, and we were literally like, I remember we had like our first soccer game when we were like 5 or 6 years old, and like Zoe had like the ball and she was going straight towards the goal and there was no one else around. She literally could have had like a clear shot, like without, she could have had a goal. And then she runs all the way and turns at the last second with the ball, runs through like 5 other like fields chasing a butterfly. And
I almost caught it too. I was
I
like,
remember
I was like, oh my
that
God.
moment in time. I was like, okay, we're definitely
we're-
not
yeah.
sports people.
And my mom was kind of bummed on that. She's like, dang it, like I was never a sports person. Like
yeah, my mom was forced to do
she was
soccer
like,
when she was
they'll
little
never be
too.
able to live that dream.
That's almost like mine. Where did you find your self-confidence during your teenage years? Well, you're a teenage, but you know what I mean.
Definitely from Rio. Like we would definitely boost each other up.
I
for
cannot
sure.
imagine going anywhere without her. Like
Yeah,
I'm so like
definitely.
fortunate. Like
Like-
I can't imagine going to like a party. Like I don't know how I'm gonna go to like Eric's without you tonight.
Yeah, like we go everywhere with each other. Like we literally
like-
just have to be together all the time. Like
Yeah.
or we feel insecure.
But in
or
a
just,
way-
like, almost like naked. Like
yeah,
empty.
in a way it kind of sucks though, because I feel like when I'm not with her, there's only like half of me here and like half of me is like missing. So it's like really hard to like have that like independence because I'm
Yeah.
super dependent of Zoe. So
Because
it's
like we kind of like build our confidence off of each other.
like together
'Cause
we're just like one
together.
powerful person.
So like if we're like standing alone in a corner, like at least I'm staying with her.
yeah,
well,
and if
not
we're
that we
left,
would be
like
standing
if I'm
alone.
left out, like we're both left out. So it's kind of like we're like alone but also together. Both Christians, we believe in God, and
Definitely. And
we just have to give it all to Him.
Jesus is Savior.
What brings you the most peace in your life right now?
My boyfriend and my family.
Yeah, I feel like I have to be like happy with myself before I can be happy with like anyone else. So I feel like self-love is like really important for me right now. I've been working on that a lot because I just got out of like a long relationship. But don't touch me. But yeah, I just feel like you have to be at peace with yourself before you can be at peace with anyone else. So I've really been giving myself time to like love myself.
If you could fix any one injustice in the world, what would it be?
Violence.
That was the quickest answer ever. Honestly, I think complete peace on earth. Like I've seen a bunch of like utopia like movies where it's just freaky and everything goes wrong. So even though violence like sucks, I would definitely like want to end like world hunger and like starvation and like sickness for sure, like people's health. Like that would be like, I know some people are like, oh, like it's just the way like natural selection, but like there's like people starving everywhere. Like we do like a lot of like community service and stuff, and so yeah, like I want to that's like a really big issue for me, like
the homeless and
yeah,
like
definitely like coming back from San Francisco, it was just like it's just insane.
It was heartbreaking.
Like it's just heartbreaking, and like I can't even imagine other places in the world where they don't even have running water. Like
yeah,
yeah,
it really made me realize how like lucky we are and how like grateful I am to like have the life that I have, and I would just want to help others too, you know.
So what would you guys like your legacy to be?
Legacy.
What do you mean by legacy?
Like legacy, like Fleetwood Mac, Boston, Sex Pistols. You're singing Fleetwood Mac. That is a legacy. The fact that you guys are 17 and you're singing that song, that is a legacy. So what would you like your legacy to be?
I also want to inspire other people that like want to start a band young, because it's like, you know, it's hard, like that time in your life, like all your peers are like doing different things and doing sports and doing like college stuff and like doing like a bunch of like homework and everything, and like being really good students, and like you don't need that to be a musician, you don't need that to be in a band. So like, and I just want to give kids and like younger people more confidence to be like, look, we did it, like you can do it too.
Yeah, especially to never be afraid and like don't care what people think, because like honestly, if you just go for it, then I don't know, it's just like you really just have to go with your heart and go with your gut. Don't care what people think. I know like it's hard at first, like it's always going to be hard, but like it doesn't matter. Like if you want to do it, just go for it.
How would you define the word love?
I feel like there's types of love.
It's true.
Definitely
love is seeing something and like being drawn to it, or like hearing something. It can be like sense or like sight or like literally anything.
Love can definitely mean a lot of things, but it does come from like a connection you have with something or someone or like somewhere. It's just like a connection you feel
like comfort, you feel like close,
and it's a safe, warm, fuzzy feeling,
and like you can relate to it too in a way.
What one life event of yours would you change if you could relive it?
Actually, scoliosis really helped me. It made me stronger. Maybe actually no, scoliosis I would definitely not want to live through that. Even though it made me stronger, it'd make my life a lot easier to just like not have to deal with that at all. It would save a lot of like sadness and a lot of like pain, and just a big chapter of our life was kind of robbed from us. We had to like be up in like San Jose like at like physical therapy for like months at a time, and like yeah, it was awful.
Like that sucked, but I feel like it did shape me into someone, so I wouldn't necessarily want to like just not go through that, because it definitely made me who I am. But I feel like if I could change one thing, I would change feeling insecure about like my passion in my music and like the choices I made, like and stuff, like, and not feeling like ashamed or scared of like what people might think, and just like really knowing that like if I could go back and tell myself now, who was like scared and like oh, I can't do this, I don't want to do it, like I'm just like everyone's gonna judge me, like I would be like, go for it, like you don't have anything to worry about, like it's worth it, it's gonna be great.
What do you consider your greatest achievement to date?
Definitely doing a music video with the Paranoids was one of the things that I really, really enjoyed, because we've been like listening to them since we were like 13, 14 years old, and like we actually like got like hit up by like the lead singer girl, and like we like did a music video with her, and like we were literally just like, it was a really cool opportunity for that to happen.
So we actually booked a show with them today, which is so exciting, because they're like probably my favorite like current band of like all time.
They're like, definitely like a role model, like definitely big inspirations for us.
We're playing with them on November 15th at the Bootleg, so for their release party, which is like a huge deal. So I'm so excited.
The pros and cons of social media for you.
I really love how you can get yourself out there. It's a really good thing to just make yourself more known and have more of a fan base. I feel like it's a lot easier today for social media, like to like get yourself out there, because like back then, like if you wanted to get noticed, you'd have to go on like tours and you'd have to like record, but now everyone can record, everyone can post, everyone can be like influencers and everything. So that's kind of the thing I don't really like about it, but it also in a way really helps.
The same thing, I really think it's kind of like it's a really good platform to like launch yourself on and like have your business or have like, but also at the same time it's like this contrived, like a lot of it is just like fake, and like I always try to like stay true to like my weird, like goofy, like strange self, instead of just like trying to be like, oh my god, like my matcha latte, like no offense if anyone, I love matcha lattes, but like I don't know, like I just feel like sometimes it gets really like clouded with a bunch of like everyone wants to fit in to do this, like how many likes, how many like this, how many that, how many followers, how many retweets. Like it's just like I like it for like just putting myself out there as like an individual versus like, oh my god, I want to post this to get like this attention or that attention, like that.
You just post it to post it.
Yeah, I just post them. Like,
it's kind of like a little photo album in a way. I don't
it's
really
kinda
see
fun.
it as like,
honestly, I didn't really like social media, but that's like really good for like where, because today that's how you base it off of, like that's how you make it, that's how you promote it.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
I am definitely not in this for fame at all, because I mean that's definitely something like, oh wow, like I made it, but in a way it's like that's not what I care about. That's not what I'm in this for. I'm in it for me. That's like, I just love playing music. I love putting myself out there. I just love the feeling of being on stage and having people like listen and dance and sing and like having everyone kind of connect in a way. And like fame is like the last thing I'm worried about or thinking about. But it'd be a really cool opportunity to like, for that to happen. But I'm just
live
like,
without it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and you?
Yeah, I could definitely like for sure live without it, because like not experiencing it right now, I just want to put my music out there and like be an artist and express myself, and like people like enjoy it, but like it's just like all like God's decision. Like I'm down to go all the way, but like it doesn't matter. I just like, I'm happy where I'm at, so whatever.
If you could collaborate with any legendary musician, living or dead, who would it be?
We already kind of did it, honestly, for me. We just did a collab with Todd from Sublime, the horn player from Sublime, and Adrian Young, the drummer from No Doubt, and they're actually producing a whole album with us, and we're doing like a bunch of collabs and like writing music together. So I feel like for me, like I love Sublime, I love No Doubt, I look up to both of those people so much, and it's really like cool to already see that happening for me. So I'm already content, I'm already happy.
That's gonna do really well for you guys.
I would definitely want to collab with like Amy Winehouse. She's definitely like, I'm like obsessed with her. She was amazing. It's so sad, but like, yeah, or definitely like Queen would be cool.
Well, you could still hang out with Brian May and Roger Taylor. That could happen. Definitely. You believe there's a hell.
Yes.
Okay. Is Hitler rotting there?
Definitely rotting there. This little stash is scorching right now.
What is your greatest extravagance?
Sushi and clothes.
I would love some shoes, even though I have so many. Like, I'll wear shoes once and, like, never want to wear them again. I'll just want to keep getting shoes. Like, I have a shoe obsession.
What is the most unselfish thing you've ever done for somebody?
One time, like, me and my friends, like, did school, and, like, all the parents were, like, strict and stuff, and I just took all the blame for it.
The most unselfish thing I've ever done. If I can't think of one, does that make me really selfish?
How about when you got me water that one time when I was thirsty?
Sure.
Okay, what you did was definitely unselfish. When you sacrifice yourself for your friends and you take the heat, that is unselfish. What do you love most about connecting with your fans?
Just people who, like, come out to see our shows and, like, they love our music. They'll be like, oh, like, I play this, like, when I'm cleaning my room, or, like, I love this. I made, like, a collage to your song, or, like, I learned how to play this on the guitar. Like, I made, like, a parody or, like, a melody of your songs. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, that is, like, the coolest thing ever. Like when people buy merch or just, like, come and even talk to us after shows. It's just, like, the most amazing, like, special thing ever. Just, like, I don't know. It's just so cool to me.
It's always cool to see like a familiar face in the crowd when we're like playing, or like someone like singing like your lyrics, and
Or
like
when someone asks for the set list, that is like the best ever because it's so cute. They're just like, "Can I have your set list?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And like,
yeah.
oh my God.
When we played at Soma with the Grins, like it was really like breathtaking. Like we would like walk by like the backstage thing, and like every time we walk by, people would be like, "Oh my God!" like screaming
San
like our
Diego is
names and
definitely
stuff.
my
Like
favorite scene.
we have a fan base
The
down there that's
sweetest
really
people.
really nice.
Do you believe evil exists? And if so, how would you define it?
Yes, I do. I don't like mess with like tarot readings or like all the
Seances.
Ouija board. And I do believe like there is dark magic and evil out there. Definitely. I just feel like I don't mess with it because like God is in control, so don't look to other things for that. Like especially like getting your cards or palms read. I just feel like God is in control. You shouldn't be like looking about like what your future is, and just like look to Him and pray to Him about it. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you like the direction the world's going in today?
No.
No.
Girls, what's next for you?
Modeling, music, we're gonna take that as far as we can go and just really give it all, you know.
Yeah.
We're putting everything
Definitely just
out there.
throwing it all out there. We're coming out with new music soon. We're writing a lot. We're jamming a lot.
Playing shows.
We have like some new songs coming out soon.
Yeah.
Playing shows, trying
Living
to get a
the
tour
dream,
together.
honestly. I couldn't be
Yeah,
happier.
especially
It's literally everything I want to
just
do.
blessed. Thank you.
Good. And I want you guys to talk in twin speak to yourselves and say the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show is the best show ever.
Tong hongi bong longai rong nong gong o you tong wangai tong hongi rongai kong bong longai rong shang hongo wong I song tong hongi bongi song tong shang hongo wong I nong tong hongi wonga rong long dong.
I forgot what you said.
It's great. I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show. You guys rock. This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with Strawberry Army signing off.
The Blairing Out Show.